What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Welcome here today to an ESPN mock draft reaction video. This is by Jonathan Givony, their top draft guy over on Draft Express. So I know there's one pick in this mock draft that's going to make me scratch my head a little bit. You'll see that very shortly. If you guys do enjoy these mock draft reaction videos, feel free to drop a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Got to be dropping a couple of these. I think you already saw my Bleacher Report one, so you guys might be seeing this on like Saturday. I am going away, so that's why I'm kind of wearing the same shirt as the Bleacher Report one, because I'm kind of just bulk recording these videos out for you guys. So without further ado, we can get into this. I won't waste any of your time. First pick is Cade Cunningham. Yep, I think we can all agree with that. There's really no hesitation, no doubt about it. You wouldn't even think about Mobley, Green, Suggs here at number 1. It is Cade Cunningham all the way. So yeah, I agree. Pistons taking Cade Cunningham at 1. But this is where we're going to get to the thing I think I disagree with. Yeah, Jalen Green at 2. I'm going to shake my head a little bit. Okay, now if you're going to say that's what they should do, I'm okay with that. If you have Green in front of Evan Mobley, I could get behind that and see the reasoning. But I don't think that your prediction should be Jalen Green over Evan Mobley. I think everybody is going to say Evan Mobley. The fit works. The front court pairing works. He's like a consensus better player. I just don't know. Like, unless he knows, like, Steven Silas, he knows Raphael Stone there. He knows what's going on in the Rockets, like, draft room. But I don't know if he does. So, I love Jalen Green. I'm a huge fan of Jalen Green. He should be a top 3 pick. But just him going over Evan Mobley, I think I disagree with that. I disagree. So, next up at 3, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers selecting Evan Mobley. Makes sense if Green goes 2. The fit is weird with Jared Allen, because we'll see if he can be able to space the floor next to Allen, and can he be the 4? Can he guard kind of quicker 3s and stretch 4s in the NBA right away? We will see. I think I love Jalen Green a lot more, so I think this would be a little bit worse for Cleveland. But, I mean, in this case, do you think about moving Jared Allen if you take Evan Mobley? I don't know. I really don't know what you do. I just don't think they would expect to see Mobley here. I think they'll see the 2 Jalens. They'll make their decision there. But with Mobley, I don't know. It's going to be a weird decision. I mean, you could maybe put him at the 4, and then you put Allen at the 5, but you're relying on him to be kind of your ultimate floor spacer. At least you know Christian Wood can already space the floor, because you can put him at the 4 and him and Mobley at the 5 over there in Houston. Suggs at 4 makes sense if those are the top 3 picks. I'm not going to really talk about that one too much. I agree. Have him and Fred VanVleet in the backcourt. Next up, we have the Orlando Magic at 5. Jonathan Kuminga, same as Jalen Suggs. I agree. If that's how the top 4 goes, you're taking Kuminga at 5. Unless Kuminga somehow goes 4, and then you take one of the Jalens there at 5. Yeah, then I can get behind that. So now this is where it gets interesting. OKC at 6. Scotty Barnes. All right. I agree with this. This is what my mock draft has. This is what Bleacher Report's mock draft has. I think we can all agree that Scotty Barnes, or not all agree, but I think this is what I think should do, or the Thunder should do, and take Scotty Barnes at 6 out of Florida State. You look at Patrick Williams last year, similar mold. On to number 7 with the Warriors, Davion Mitchell. All right, Jonathan Givony. If you literally just swapped Green and Mobley, this would have been my top 7. So, I agree. If you watched my mock draft that came out on Thursday, you'd know that this is literally what I had as well. So, I agree so far with everything but the Mobley and the Jalen Green pick. Now, I had Keon Johnson next, going to the Magic. Let's see if he keeps the trend of my mock as well. And look at that. He does. All right, look at that. So, Keon Johnson is there at 8. I like that pick a lot for the Magic. He's more of a 2, could possibly play the 3 because he's good enough to defend 3s. So I think I like that. You kind of have your core 4 guards that are young in Fultz, Anthony Hampton, and Keon Johnson. One of those guys is bound to be your franchise guard, at one position. So I'm a fan of Keon Johnson there at 8 if this is how the top 7 goes. Now, if this is still my mock with everything but Mobley and Green, he should have Jalen Johnson at 9. Let's see. And it is not Jalen Johnson. It is Franz Wagner. I mocked Franz Wagner to the Kings before. But I think if Jalen Johnson is on the board, you got to go Jalen Johnson. I don't think that you should take Franz Wagner with Johnson's ability to score, I think, at such an elite level with his size, with his frame, with his ball handling, with his mid-range at 9. I like that pick a lot for the Kings. I think Franz Wagner's a very safe pick, and I think Johnson's a more risky pick, but you got to hit a home run. He hit a home run last year with Halliburton, but was it a superstar home run? No, it wasn't like it was a Donovan Mitchell home run from the Jazz in 2017, but you hope to hit that home run here. Take the Duke, Jalen Johnson there at 9. I think that's what they should do. Pelicans at 10. I like Kispert. We just have Jalen Johnson falling. Wow. Okay, so I was a fan of his top 8 picks, besides 2 and 3, I disagreed on. I guess the Jalen Johnson fit's a little bit weird, so it makes sense for them not to go Jalen Johnson at 10, but I just can't believe he has Jalen Johnson falling into the top 10. Wow, I disagree with that a lot. And he has Jalen Johnson falling out of the top 11. Wow. Isaiah Jackson. I mean, yeah, the Hornets are looking for a big. I like Alperen Sengun over Isaiah Jackson a little bit. So, I mean, I don't mind Isaiah Jackson to Charlotte. It's just weird seeing Jalen Johnson fall out of the top 11. I don't think, like, if I could bet money, if his over-under draft position was 11.5, I would hammer the, I guess you would say under. He would go under picks 11. I don't know how really that works. But it's like 11.5. I'm having him go before that. I would hammer that completely if I was a betting man, which you kind of am. But I would do that 100%. Next up, 12, we have the San Antonio Spurs selecting Jalen Johnson. I mean, that is a great pick if he falls to there. So you'd have DeJounte Murray, see about the 2 if it's Derek White, Lonnie Walker, and then you have Keldon Johnson and Jalen Johnson. You got the Johnson forward duo. I love that. I'm a huge fan of the Johnson combo there at the 3 and at the 4. They took Devin Vassell last year, but either way, I would love Jalen Johnson for the Spurs there at pick 12. We got Josh Giddey to the Pacers at 13. You know, I've mocked that, so I agree on that a lot. And then also at 14, he's got James Bouknight, who I've also mocked as well. So we have a lot of similar mocks between me and Jonathan Givony. I think that ESPN should hire me. Well, I'm just kidding. But I disagree with on his Mobley and Green, as you know. I disagree with the Kings taking Wagner over Jalen Johnson. And I also disagree. I guess I like Kispert as a better fit than Jalen Johnson. So I guess it's the Hornets not taking Jalen Johnson. Because then what I would do, Jalen Johnson's your power forward. He could, I think, be better than P.J. Washington eventually. And then, because it's not like P.J. Washington's a crazy defender, you use P.J. Washington to maybe go out and trade for somebody. I don't know if it's Kristaps Porzingis. I don't know if it's a sign and trade with somebody. I don't know what center that's on the market that you can possibly go out and trade for. In this scenario, maybe it's Jared Allen, but probably not, though. So, first pick out of the non-lottery picks, we have the Wizards going Usman Garuba. I mean, Isaiah Jackson's off the board, but with Alperen Sengun there, I don't think Usman Garuba will be able to be a 5 in the years of Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal on this team. Like, Russell Westbrook getting up there in age and Bradley Beal possibly getting traded soon. If you're trying to win next season, I feel like Sengun fits the team as a 5 better over Usman Garuba. But if we're being honest, try to package 15 in Davis Bertans for a center. I'm just saying. 16, we have the OKC Thunder selecting Alperen Sengun. I love that pick so much. I love it. I don't know if he falls to 16, but if he does, Thunder got to be all over that. You end up with Scotty Barnes and Alperen Sengun. I could be behind that. I could definitely be behind that. I also think they should throw a lot of money at Lonzo Ball this offseason. Next up at 17, we have the Memphis Grizzlies taking Kai Jones. Okay, I think with the premier shooting still on the board, like, I'm surprised Moses Moody has still fallen to 17, and I think that would definitely be the pick here over Kai Jones, who will go higher than I think he normally would just due to the scarcity at the big man position in this draft. And just kind of, he's a little bit more experienced than Usman Garuba or Alperen Sengun, especially because they're coming from overseas, and a little bit more polished than Isaiah Jackson, I would say, at the moment, but not as much potential. Oh my god, if the Thunder ended up with Scotty Barnes, Moses Moody, and Alperen Sengun in this class, that's an A+++. I mean, obviously they would want a top 5 pick to get a Kuminga or Jalen or Mobley or Cade, but in this scenario, they can't. They got the 6th overall pick. Kuminga won't be there unless they decide to trade up with like Orlando or somebody else like that, or Toronto or somebody. I mean, Toronto might want to accumulate more picks in the future, but I'm sure they would love Jalen Suggs, so they won't do that. But yeah, Moses Moody, I love that pick. I don't think he's fallen that low, Jonathan. I don't. We got the Knicks there at 19. I love Jared Butler. I don't know if he's as a facilitator as the Knicks want. He's a good defender. He can shoot. He's a ball handler, but is he good enough as a playmaker to be the Knicks franchise point guard? I don't know. I don't know with Sharif Cooper and Trey Mann still on the board. Speaking of Trey Mann, he's got the Hawks taking him there at 20. I honestly like it if it was reversed. The Knicks get Trey Mann and the Hawks get Jared Butler. Knicks getting 21 getting Sharif Cooper anyway. Okay. Honestly, though, if you go Jared Butler, I think I would like the guy who's going next to the Lakers, Chris Duarte at 22 instead. Love that pick for the Lakers. That'll be mocked a lot throughout a lot of people. We have 2 back-to-back Rockets picks, and they got Zaire Williams. That's going to be mocked a lot, I feel, and Cameron Thomas at 24. Love both those picks. If they can get Zaire Williams and maybe Sharif Cooper if he falls to 23, that would be amazing. Clippers at 25. Trey Murphy, wow. That's high. That's maybe the highest I've seen Trey Murphy go in a mock. Okay. All right. Did not expect that. Maybe even over Jaden Springer, who we still haven't talked about yet. Wow. Okay. Max Abmas even. Aaron Henry I like more than Trey Murphy. Joshua Primo. Denver Nuggets at 26. Ayo Dosunmu. Now, with Aaron Henry there, why would you do that? I don't like that. Because they have Monte Morris. They have Jamal Murray. I wouldn't go Ayo. I don't think he's a shooting guard. I think he's more of a 1. Charles Bassey to the Nets at 27. I am a fan of that just because DeAndre Jordan isn't proven that he could really be your kind of go-to center anymore. We'll see if Claxton can do that, but I like Bassey there, or kind of De'Aaron Sharp at 27. Max Abmas to the Sixers at 28. Jaden Springer to the Suns at 29. Love both those picks. A+ for me. And then at 30, we have the Utah Jazz selecting Miles McBride. Yeah, they need some scoring off the bench, so I like McBride. So we'll kind of go quicker through the second round. I'll just give picks that I like. De'Aaron Sharp to the Bucks at 31, I like a lot. Bagley to the Knicks, I actually don't mind that. I'm a fan of that. Thunder getting Josh Christopher at 34. Pelicans getting Primo at 35, I like a lot. Thunder taking a flyer on BJ Boston. Pistons getting Deshi next. That's actually the highest I've seen Knicks being mocked. All right. Greg Brown, who actually I don't even think was in the Bleacher Report mock. Yeah, I like Greg Brown there at 42. Aaron Henry, I think that's a little bit low if we're being honest. JRE to the Sixers is a nice pick. Johnny Juzang at 51 to the Grizzlies is a great pick. And then I also like, I guess Ochai Agbaji to the Nets at 59. So yeah, that is the ESPN reaction. If you don't have an ESPN Plus subscription, I got you, homie. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this mock draft down below. I love you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.